And Barbara, tell them about the answer to the question with the.
Right. Jimmy, when I ask you a question, when you reply, if you can include part of the question, because we're not gonna be recording we're not ever gonna use my question to you. So in order for the audience to know what you're answering to, include part of the question.
Okay.
Like, what Rotary Club are you in? I belong to the Rotary Club of Morehead City. Just include, preface it with part of the question.
Okay.
To explain it. Do you wanna state your name and spell your name, please?
My name is James Henry Walker Jr. Everybody calls me Jimmy. James Walker. Of course, Jimmy, Jimmy.
Right.
Okay.
Thank you, Jimmy.
You're welcome.
Is that working?
Okay.
Jimmy, if you could just share with us, and don't refer to me at any time in the conversation. If you could share with us, what Rotary Club you're a member of, and when you joined, and how you joined.
I'm a member of the Morehead City Rotary Club. I joined in 1987. I've been a part of the Morehead City Rotary Club now for 37 years. I've really enjoyed it. My first experience was with a man by the name of Mr. Albert Gaskell. Albert nominated me to become a member of the Morehead City Rotary Club and came to visit me. And I was so impressed with Mr. Albert and his energy, I joined the Morehead City Rotary Club.
And what, in your memory, is your best experience in the club? Something that comes to mind as a central experience?
Just the energy that everyone had there, all the community projects that our group would perform and help the community out as a group. We had so many projects, I just can't name one off the top of my head that was better than the other, but we sold Christmas trees and we sold flags, we did musicals, just numerous activities, just things to help the community.
Was there a specific project that sticks in your mind that you were especially proud of?
I would think selling the flags for Memorial Day. My father was in the service and he served in the Pacific Arena or theater, they would call them there. And I had an opportunity to do a donation in memory of my father.
Thank you, thank you. Now, Albert Gaskell, he's big in the history of Rotary in Morehead City and Carteret County. Is there something about the history that he shared with you that stayed with you?
How you service before self, and you're always out there trying to work to help the community out. And his famous saying that I always love was, "What's percolating? What's percolating?" And he was tireless. When we had the seafood festival, he would get a booth and run the booth 3 days in a row all day long. And he was in his 90s at that point in time, and I just could not believe the energy that man had. And that inspired me to try to do the best that I could.
Wonderful, wonderful. I love that story. That's terrific. I've never heard that. What about the meetings and the clubs? What kept you coming back to Rotary?
Well, the camaraderie that the people had there, and there was always a learning experience. You found out things that would happen in the community that would have no idea what was going on. Say, for example, the first time I heard about the Bridget Street Extension was at Rotary, or when the Morehead City Rotary Club helped build the port terminal, had the port built and brought jobs into the community. They had a big part in getting that done. But mostly the camaraderie and how you use and help people out. And it was always a good group trying to help each other out, everyone to help everyone to grow.
All right, that sounds wonderful. Do you remember anything about the club forming the rec center, hearing about Morehead City Recreation being started by the Rotary Club?
Not to my knowledge. I can't remember anything about that. I know the school was there and it closed in '67. So if they were involved after that, I didn't join until '87. So it's 20 years later. I had no idea. I have no recollection of anything happening there.
Okay. Your roots are here. Did you grow up here?
I was born in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. But you can't tell it from my accent. But we moved here when I was in the 6th grade, and I finished public school here in the Carter County school system. Yes, ma'am.
So did you have any experience with Rotary prior to joining the club? Anything in your youth or your early time here?
No, ma'am. No, ma'am. The first experience I had with Rotary was with Mr. Albert Gaskell when he came by, and asked my wife to leave, and he explained to me all the responsibilities a Rotary might have. And I said, that's interesting. I think I would like to join that. But no experience before that time he came to visit my home. Oh, other than he loved tennis, Albert did. And I think that's where we met, really, at a tennis court at West Carter. So.
That's excellent. I love the memories. And obviously he's the person in Rotary who stood out to you.
Yes, ma'am.
In your experience.
Yeah, Albert stood out as a personal friend and a Rotarian, and I'm not sure. I think he sometimes kind of kept me under his wings a little bit. But we had a great time. And all the Rotarians were friendly and wanted to make people grow and do things that would help the community. So you could sit down, and we try to meet people. Each time we'd sit in the same seat, so you have to have a chance to meet different Rotarians. Every time you went to the meeting, you get a different seat. So there was a different experience each time you went to Rotary.
Excellent. If you were going to share something to the community about Rotary that'll be immortalized for posterity through what you say, what do you want to share with the community?
I would say that our four-way test is what I would put out as something that people really need to take advantage of. And I try to expose my students, my working environment, uses the four-way test, and if that gave me a guideline, a mission statement. And most businesses, if they would use the four-way test as part of their mission statement, I think that would make every business grow leaps and bounds, because you're always looking out for the customer. In my case, I was always looking out for the students and the parents, because they were my customers.
That's right. Thank you so much for sharing that with us, Jimmy. You got my heart with that. We're talking about the four-way test in the schools and Albert Gaskell. I just love that, and I'm so glad that you shared that with us. And thank you for coming.
Okay.
And I hope that you will be part of some of the festivities that are coming up of the 100-year anniversary. I'm
looking forward to it. Like I said, I was in it 37 years, and I know that's going to be a great experience when we reach 100. And I'm hoping all the Rotary clubs in and around our district will come to our celebration and take part in this great celebration. This is a milestone, 100 years. 100 years. Now, I was here when they did 75. I was a part of the club at that point in time. But thank you for inviting me, and thank you for giving me an opportunity to share with you my experiences with Rotary.
Thank you, Jimmy. That was so meaningful. I appreciate that.